Hey y'all, welcome back to the party. It is me, your girl BrittReacts, and in the spirit of expanding through the Fat Electrician, Unsubscribed podcast, Angry Cops channel, a lot of you have been asking me to react to some of the Say Hi to Eli podcast. And I don't have the time to lend towards an entire episode, but you guys also let me know there was a channel dedicated to clips of it, and so I found this clip and I wanted to react to it because I'm all about finding out more about my friend in my head, Nick. This one is the Fat Electrician on becoming an army medic and why he quit nursing school. Let's see. All right, I'm not starting off well here. There we go.
Now you gotta you graduated high school.
Yeah.
Did you join the military right after you graduated?
Technically, I joined in high school.
Oh.
You doing the deferment?
So I joined my senior year. I was already signed up, and I was basically committed to leaving. You graduate in like May. I had signed up like I did trimesters because I went to a weird school, but I signed up beginning of my senior year as soon as I was 17.
Wow.
So I was going to. So like National Guard has the highest percentage of honor graduates out of basic training. And it's because you can do this where you, technically you can sign up your junior year if you're old enough, go to basic training the summer between your junior and senior year, and then go to AIT after the fact. But I signed up I actually wasn't old enough because I was the youngest kid in my class. And so I was signed up.
We have that in common. I was always the youngest kid in my class, being born in New York and starting grade school in New York and then moving to Georgia where the cutoff is very different. I started kindergarten in New York, whereas if I would have started in Georgia because of where my birthday falls, I would have had to wait another year. So I've always, in any school situation, been the younger one in my class. But this is so interesting. I never knew that was even, I was going to say, is that ROTC connected in some way, but never knew. To know that you want to dedicate yourself to the military in high school speaks volumes, I think, to your character, your discipline, your awareness. That is just so, thinking about me as a 17-year-old, there's no way. I was such a selfish, self-involved, unaware human. And I just think that truly speaks to him. Honestly, just saying.
I actually wasn't old enough because I was the youngest kid in my class. And so I was signed up to go right after I graduated. But I would still go and do drills. So there was a program for people that hadn't been to basic yet. There was 30 of us. So we went learned how to march, learned all the shit. And then you go to basic training as somebody that knows how to march, and you're like, fuck. The first month is just me getting frustrated because somebody can't figure out left face and having to do push-ups for it. It's this is awful.
About face.
Yeah. Right.
About face, no one gets it right. Mass punishment.
Yeah. So.
Did you go in as a PFC?
I went in.
Is my camera not focused? Is that better? Was it just me or my camera was a little wonky? Is that better? I just looked at my monitor over here and I think that's better. Okay. Sorry. Squirrel.
So,
did you go in as a PFC?
What's PFC?
I went in, I think I was E2, and it was because there was some crazy recruiting program where if you fucking persuaded one of your buddies to join in, you'd get a rank. So I convinced one of my other friends to join, and then so I got E1 E2 because of it. So I went in as E2.
You no longer talk to him, right?
No, we talk.
I'm joking.
We're still homies.
Oh.
Yeah.
So thanks for making cool. You got a rank. He joined. He's just I got lucky. I went in PFC because I did the turn left, right, face. So during that time, as long as you knew how to move, you would do it in front of your recruiter. Okay, you know the alphabet, and then you can max your PT, or you can do the PT under whatever. And then he just two people that came in, my recruiter was just nice. He's I just put them under you, so you're a PFC when you enter.
You joined during wartime. Standards were lower.
Very much.
Oh, so I'm gonna assume he joined during the actual Iraq. Oh yeah. Oh God, y'all are gonna freaking tomato me literally to death. I was alive. I was very much alive. I told you I was unaware. Yeah, right? The Iraqi War? The one when Bush was president? I pray to God I'm right. Oh, Jesus, don't
You joined
crucify
during
me.
wartime. Standards were lower.
Very much, very much low. They
like
were looking
Googling.
for warm bodies.
2012, they were cinching up the requirements a little bit.
Not during this time. They were taking everyone, and
Yeah.
everyone was getting an 18 X-ray contract, and everyone was getting.
I don't know
that
what
means they
any
have
of
to
this
sign
Oh no, I get it.
because then it's a 5-year.
I know the implication.
And no one was making 18 X-ray out of basic. That was always the most fucked up thing. I was like, no, you're not getting picked from basic for selection. I've never met somebody like, yeah,
What's that mean?
basic training,
What's up?
made it all the way to a Green Beret out of basic. Never fucking happening ever. But they get a 5 years out of you.
Do all of the guys on Unsubscribed have a military background or have some connection with the military? It's starting to feel that way. At least 3 out of 5. And then is it Brandon? And I can't remember the other guy's name. The ones that I thought were brothers. This is interesting. I feel like I'm listening to
Never fucking
a foreign
happening
language right
ever.
now,
But they get a 5
honestly.
years out of you. So we did. So you joined. You were a medic.
Yep.
You're like, fuck college.
No, I went to college.
Oh, shit, you did
Yeah,
college,
so I actually almost had an associate's degree done my senior year because I had like a
Oh
dual
my
credit course
gosh.
program where most of the classes I took my senior year were actually at the like community college credit
Wow.
valued whatever. So I went to college, I did 1 semester and I had my first associate's degree. And then I
Wow.
did 2 more semesters to finish out a second associate's degree. And then I went into nursing school.
So you did nursing school while doing combat medic.
For National Guard, yeah. Yep. Thought I would like nursing school because I enjoyed being a medic.
Hated it.
I knew
Little
I knew
different.
the first day. It was one of those things where I was like, I could probably force myself into doing this. It didn't work out. Like I'm not shitting you. The first day of nursing school, it was me and one other guy. His name was Josh. Nice guy. Still talk to him. Like him a lot. He also didn't finish nursing school. But it's like the first day.
I don't know any, I'm not like in direct, like first degree. Anyway, I don't know any male nurses, I don't think, but I know a ton of women that are nurses, and just the journey of nursing school. Again, it takes a very special person. Like you have to really be, I think, designed and assigned by the Lord himself. You have to be literally called to be a nurse. And I'm not joking. It is just the schooling part of it is so rigorous. Like, oh, Jesus, God bless every single nurse, every single person married to a nurse, a parent that is a nurse. Just God bless you. And I mean that genuinely. I don't know how
Like him
you
a
do
lot.
it.
He also didn't finish nursing school. But it's like the first day of nursing school, and like I had a pretty rough childhood before that, so I was already not tough, but more mature just because of my upbringing. And then I went and did army shit, which makes you a little bit more mature than your peers right out of the gate also. And the first day of nursing school, the nurse teacher would like pulled up this video on YouTube to trying to like raise morale and get us pumped up to, be nurses or whatever, which is great. But the video, and like my dad has been a construction worker my whole life. The video was like this animated cartoon, and I'm not shitting you. The statistics they were laying out, and like a lot of the information was good, but then they're like, nurses are the heroes, which is true, they are. But like they lean into the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to talk up nursing and how incredible they are, you got to be like, here's the mental stress that these incredible people deal with. This is why a normal person would hate this job and they can't do it.
I just saw a young lady post like a shorter or something, a reel or something, and she was saying to the women who like talk about the nurses who say like, I worked 20 night shifts in a row so that I could take 3 weeks off and go on a vacation. She's like, how? Check in, sis. Are you okay? Like, honest to God, doing a mental health scan. Are you okay? Because there's no way. She's like, I can barely do 4 shifts in a row without losing my mind. And then it being a night shift, and then you're doing 20 of them in a row. Are you okay? Are you okay? I have a cousin. She's probably the closest nurse to me. And she was such a pillar for me during my pregnancy with my son. I mean, I talk to her day in and day out. She's a postpartum nurse, and I have a daughter, but that was 10 years ago. Like, I felt like I was 16 and pregnant and I was starting all over again, because it was a different time. Like, there were days I would text her and she'd be like, not today, not right now. I love you, but I can't right now. And it's like, you could feel through text just how empty she was. And that's postpartum. So think about an ER, or think about like just every sector of it is so, these people are so underpaid, they're so underacknowledged, they're so undervalued, and it just is infuriating. And I agree, I think everyone should be warned before they even give their money to the degree about what this really is, because I think it can be romanticized sometimes, or people just like, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a nurse. And it's like, especially in the day and age that we live in, and like, oh Jesus, okay, I'm sorry, I went off on a rant, but
these incredible people deal with. This is why a normal person would hate this job, and they can't do it, and they have so much compassion, and they're incredible. But they really leaned into like more nurses are hurt on the job every year, more so than active duty military members, law enforcement, and construction workers combined. And I was like, first of all, there's a big difference between fucking up your back lifting an old lady out of a chair and getting shot at, or falling on rebar at a fucking job. So, like, this is not comparable of a thing. You know what I'm saying?
And it's wartime at that. And they're like, guess what? You think Iraq's bad?
Yeah.
I was right. Okay. Sometimes, you know how you like second guess yourself? Sometimes I don't care about sounding stupid. Sometimes I do. And that was a time. I'm so glad I was right.
I'm at that. And they're like, guess what?
I'm back.
You think Iraq's bad?
Yeah.
Wait till you hit those fucking ER rooms, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, I grew up with my dad coming home from work, literally with his shirt dripping wet and fucking sweat marks down to his knees, working in July, building bridges. You know what I'm saying? Being like, nurses are on their feet for 12 hours a day. And I'm like, yeah, in fucking Brooks running shoes and pajamas in a climate controlled environment. Like,
it might be chilly.
Like, I'm just saying, look, just emotional.
This reminds me of the like motherhood being the hardest job ever debate. It reminds me of that. I don't think he's saying that nursing and it's not hard, but to compare it to like hard labor, outdoors elements, guns being fired at you, it's like, to compare them it doesn't do anyone any good. You're definitely not doing any justice to nurses. But yeah, it just reminds me of that, like the Bill Burr debate.
I'm just saying, look, just emotional, mental strain with you all day. You guys deserve the world. The physical thing, it's like, I mean, they're not steel-toed boots. It's not a blacktop flat roof in July. Let's fucking calm down, okay? So
like,
that was the moment I knew I wasn't going to make it through. But I tried for a year. Didn't do great. I could do IVs better than the instructors. They didn't like that.
IVs are real quick. When I went and got my fucking colonoscopy and my endoscope, like. Nurse sits down, arm. I was like, oh yeah, I'm tattooed. She's like, okay. She's like, I don't know why she's nervous. Like, blah, talking. I'm like, oh, she's shaking. That's weird. I don't like that. Misses.
Oh, that is the
I'm like,
worst.
She's like, can I get somebody else? I was like, I prefer
go ahead.
that. Please. And now you're stabbing me a whole bunch and you're not getting it done. Girl comes in, she's like, sorry, done. Walks out.
Yeah.
Probably you.
It's one of those skill gaps, yeah.
That is the worst. I'll never forget one time when I was pregnant and I went to get blood work, and the nurse got the needle in, and there was nothing. There was nothing. She definitely didn't hit a vein. She's like, your vein is all dried up. I'm like, girl, you're not in a vein. And then I ended up having the nastiest bruise, and another nurse came in and went into the other arm. Like, it's just like, it's infuriating. Oops, sorry.
Sorry, done. Walks out.
Yeah.
Probably you.
It's one of those skill gaps, yeah. It's kind of crazy how bad some people are. But I mean, In their
Seriously,
defense,
kinda crazy.
they do not get much training in it in nursing school. It's very much one of those things where it's like, your hospital will teach you if they want you to be
figure it
that
out.
nurse.
Right.
It's like, you're kind of screwing
That's
them over,
awful.
to be honest with you. That's some bullshit.
That's
You're at
awful.
nursing school. You should be sitting there stabbing each other repeatedly till you're good at it, not taking it out on the patients.
Like the infantry does in CLS class.
Exactly.
You want terror? Do CLS class.
It's not only that, it's like,
CLS.
yeah, you get better repeatedly stabbing your classmates, but like you also learn on the other side of the coin of like, oh, that's what not to do. Oh, that's also what not to do. My
Right.
partner sucks, right? So you know what I mean? You got to learn how to be on the other side of that too, I feel like.
Yeah, because if you're like fishing around or where, like,
Right.
you don't go to a hand one out the gate because if you get a hand IV, it's a big
Just the
pain
thought.
difference. Even
Like,
though it
can we
doesn't
move on
look
from
much,
this topic? Oh,
one does not
Jesus.
feel that good. And then
Yeah.
the foot one, if you got foot,
We used to play
Never
horse
done.
with IVs in medic school. It was a good time. We're doing forehead ones, all kinds of shit. Bro, that's how we get down. My roommate was actually he was like 34.
just walking. I just picture walking with an IV back. It's just dripping into your head.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Dude, my roommate was 34. He was the oldest guy there. His name was Flores. Everybody called him Graybush the Wise. But he was a phlebotomist in an ER for like
so he's
years
a
before.
fucking sniper,
Bro,
dude.
that motherfucker from across the room and fucking just swish. I was asking him, I was like, what's like the hardest IV you'd ever have to do? And I forget the drug. Maybe it's heroin addicts that have very bad collapsed veins from doing like abusing.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, so
That's why
I
they
think it was
shoot
heroin.
up in their
Either way, there was a
foreheads
particular
and
type
their
of drug
feet.
that just makes trying to give somebody an IV fucking impossible. And this person had an event, and like the only place he could get vascular access was in his dick. He's like, I did it though. And I was like, I mean, how'd you do it? He's like, you kind of got to like pull and roll to make it.
it's a watch.
Yeah,
Dick watch. Hey, what time is it? Hey, what time is it?
pretty much.
And then a needle goes in. It's like,
Pretty much.
Pull and roll. I'm out. Count me out. This was fun. Go and have the day you deserve.